Hi everyone, my name is Amrita Sethi and I'm the first NFT artist in Dubai, the UAE, in the Middle East. And I'm also the creator of my own art genre called sound bites. So what is a sound bite? Well, I'm sure you've all heard of the phrase, a picture's worth 1,000 words. What I do is I flip it on its head and say a word is worth 1,000 pictures. So whether it's your name, whether it's a city, whether it's a word like non-fungible token or blockchain, there's so many images that come to mind. And so what I first do is I first record a word. So for example, NFT. I actually created an artwork called What the NFT, and I captured the shape and structure of the sound wave. And then each of the lines of the sound wave I've drawn to match the meaning of the word. And so I've done this because what I've done is I wanted to combine the concept of art, technology, and storytelling, all of them which are extremely relevant in our world today. And by being able to tell a story through my art, you're able to start to be able to see sound. And what I love about this is that, I'm able to break new frontiers and new dimensions and actually go into space, because what we do know is you can't hear anything in space, right? But you can see things. And so I always like to imagine a world of being able to see sound in space when you can't hear it, and being able to have a visual representation of what that actually looks like. What I think is that words are extremely important. Words are important because words create a narrative, and a narrative tells a story, and a story has characters in it, and those characters and those stories then define what that ultimately is about. Now, you just think about what are some of the words or the stories that you tell about yourself, about the stories that you tell about your life, about your history, and about your past, but also about your hopes and dreams. Because as we tell ourselves these words and these words and these stories start to become very deeply coded in who we are. And sometimes it's not only our words, it's our parents' words, our grandparents' words, and the ancestors' words that have then defined and coded us to where we are today. Because for me, coding and creativity goes hand in hand. And the way I look at it is that by us saying certain words and telling certain narratives about who we are beginning to code ourselves and our brains. Our brains are magnificent computers. We are working algorithms all the time. And so what we have to be very conscious of, just like you have to be careful of how you write a code or a piece of code and how that dictates an outcome, you need to be thinking, what code am I creating about myself? What story am I telling, and what is the output from that? So I like to intertwine these things because sometimes when I'm telling a story with my art, I want to be able to sometimes write a new narrative or a new story, or show things in a different way and tell a different narrative. The other thing that I just love about what NFTs have done for creativity and what technology has done for what technology has done for creativity is that we're able to access new dimensions and create and unlock creativity like we've never seen before. So with my art, and by nature of my art style, which is soundbite art, it's dynamic in its flow. And so, but it also needs an explanation. So I need to explain it to you. I need to tell you the sound wave it represents as we capture the sound wave, and then the images match the meaning. But what if I could just show you that and capture that dynamic flow? And through being able to unlock creativity like animation, augmented reality, and even virtual reality, you can now experience art not just as a visual 2D experience, but as an immersive, augmented reality, 3D, even animated experience. And I think this is going to change the way, and it is already changing the way, we consume art. I think in the future, our children will go up to a painting on the wall, a physical painting on the wall, and they'll be like, oh, mommy, this artwork doesn't do anything. I can't zoom in, or my phone is unable to access a different dimension. And this is what's going to be the norm. And I think this is also it. It's about writing a new narrative about how we see and experience art. We have been so used to moving everything offline or online, but for some reason, a lot of people's minds are stuck with art. You've taken something the most precious and tangible to you, like money, and we've been able to make it as obscure and abstract as just being able to have an intrinsic sense of ownership through having something where you can log on to a computer and see your money. And that's what virtual money is. But at the same time, weirdly, we don't expect that from our art. People still want to be able to hold and see and touch their art for them to have that sense of ownership. And so I do think that we're in a very exciting time, and we are the storytellers. We are the new narrators, and we are the ones who are painting a new future for a lot of people to see. So your responsibilities of everybody coming to this conference, the people who are coding new code, who are creating new possibilities, we are writing a new language, a new narrative, where I think that in the future we will be called artists. Whether you're a tech person or an actual artist, NFT artist that is redefining what art means, but also redefining the language of the future. So with that, I would just like to say thank you so much for listening. Thank you for participating in ETH Denver, and hope to see you in this world, this dimension, and beyond. Maybe even in space, where I do think that we can do some very exciting things with NFTs, with writing new languages, with writing new code. And all I can say is there have been a lot of hints to my next collections in what I've said today. So I can't wait for you to follow me and follow my journey as I write a new story in my own chapter, but also in the chapter and the future of art. You take care, and do follow me on Amrita Sethi at Art by Amrita on Twitter. Thank you, and have a great day.